How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Noah Cavanaugh. I'm a professional soccer player down in Australia, in Perth. And today I'm bringing you another boot review of a boot that I'm very excited to try on, excited to play with, just to see if it fits my foot well, and we'll go from there. So let's hop into the video. All right, so today I am reviewing the Adidas X Ghosted 0.1 in the all-ground variation. So again, the AG version, I'm getting the AG versions because they tend to have wider sole plates, and because some of these boots, honestly, online, didn't even have the firm ground variations, which is totally fine. The AG boots will work great. Very excited. I've never seen these in person before, so ready to open the box. Very standard Adidas box. Comes with care instructions. Love that for Adidas. Okay, super simple. And here we go. Oh. Wow. Those are special. That's wild. It's almost like, if you know lamination, like if you laminate paper, it feels like a more reinforced, durable version of that. And it actually came with a shoehorn. That's pretty nifty. Holy moly. Okay, let's get this out of the box. Get this one also out of the box. Throw the box down here. Wow, okay, these are really beautiful. I am impressed. Adidas did a great job with these. So my understanding, these are the X Ghosted 0.1. They are speed boot. I don't know if you guys can see sort of a theme in these boot reviews, but I'm really interested in wearing lighter weight boots. I really like the lightweight feel. And yeah, I mean, these are nice sole plate. Yeah, again, man, here, let me take this out for you guys. See if I can actually muscle this thing out. This is really buried in there. Just one finger first. Oh, there we go. Giant shoehorn. That's kind of nifty though. Well done, Adidas. Yeah, see, these are, and they're kind of see-through. I don't know if you can see that, but like, you can see my finger. And super soft, pliable. They're much more plasticky than a lot of boots that I've seen before. Not a bad thing at all, but that's just the way that these boots are supposed to feel. They're supposed to be very reinforced, very nice springy feel to them, but they seem, I mean, as you can see, super, super soft already. I'm really interested to see what these feel like on feet. I've actually tried the 19.1s, I believe. These are the Ghosted, so the 20s, but the generation before that and the generation before that, so the 19s and the 18s, I believe, I've tried on, and they were great boots, but I was a little hesitant just because I had worn Nike my whole life. And I'm just excited because supposedly these are just absolutely game-changing and have been really incredible for the speed boot game. Plus they've got a really cool heel counter in them. Hopefully you can see that. They've got really nice padding in there. And again, there's that boot for you guys. They're calling it the fluoroskin. Fluoroskin. I'm not actually sure what that means, but yeah, really beautiful boots. And again, hey, all ground boots, I wouldn't be stressed so much about having all ground. They're a little bit less pokey than the soft ground, obviously, and the firm ground, that's what I mean. So they're a little shorter than the firm ground. But at the end of the day, if you're playing on dry grass or artificial, for those of you who play on artificial often, I did a bunch in the US, these are gonna be, I'm sure, just fine on that grass. And I decided to get these pair just because, number one, the sole plate's a little wider, as I spoke about before. And these were in stock and the FG versions were not. So these sold out really fast in the FG versions, but I'm sure the AG versions are just fine. I'm not really stressed about that kind of stuff. So again, if I have good impressions of these ones, I imagine that the FG versions are as good, if not even better. Don't pay too much attention to the firm ground or the all ground unless you're really, really stoked about that carbon fiber insole that Adidas put in the firm ground version. I wasn't, because I'm not really super stickler about that. I just want a really comfy and light boot, which God knows these are. So that is easy. Let's get these on feet. I'm so excited to see how these feel. I've got a really good feeling about these. So who knows? In the next couple videos, we'll see if I end up as a Nike person anymore. But who's to know? All right, on to the on feet portion of the video. All right, fam, we are back at it again with the on feet portion of the video with the X Ghosted 0.1. So this is the lace version. Again, I think Adidas is going to be okay if I take that off. I'll leave it in the box if I end up returning them. Okay, so this is the on feet portion. Really, really excited for these boots. I've heard great things from a lot of people about these. And again, they're really light. They're very similar to the Vapors, I think, as far as how light they are. You'd have to look up another review of, or just look up the specs of these online. Again, that's not really my concern. I'm just interested in, are they light and do they fit really well? Because this is footballer practical review instead of a boot review, which is like normally really great, and I actually watch a lot of those, but this is more of like practically a footballer's review, somebody who plays pro full-time, so might be helpful for you guys. So definitely a little more difficult to get on the feet, I can tell already. But let's, okay, right away I can tell these are gonna be really nice. My foot slid right in there. Holy moly. Yeah, wow, okay, cool. Let's lace this bad boy up really fast. We'll see if the shape of this boot fits my foot properly though. Hopefully it does. Definitely feels like there's a couple points where it might be kind of weird, but that's all right. Happens in boots you've never worn before. Okay, really good feeling already. And as I hop around trying to get these on, that was much smoother. There we go. Okay, so again, sometimes I get a little bit with these little flare out points. I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. But in the grand scheme of things, if they fit really well and they're snug, basically in the important parts of the shoe, I think it's totally fine at the end of the day. Yeah. Okay, so wow, these are mighty comfy. Okay, so these are the X Ghosted 0.1s on feet. They are for sure less aggressively tight than the Vapors in the last review that I did. I am really impressed with these. Holy moly. I mean, it's plasticky, but it feels so light on feet. There's that sole plate for you guys. Man, they look really nice too. Definitely, I feel bouncy, I feel good. Okay, let's grab a ball. Holy cow. So definitely thin. I mean, they're super, super thin. The only concern I have is it's kind of coming out here. Like there might be rubbing points where this little flappy material comes out. But maybe that doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, these are nice, man. I reckon these are way better for wide-footed players than those Vapors are for a speed boot. These are definitely, and these are the same size. I think these are a 9 or 9.5. There's a tiny bit of room, like a tiny bit of room, but I reckon because my feet are so wide in this, see if you can see it, like right there, in such a wide area, I reckon these are actually just fine on the toe. Like I know I like my toes to be like straight up on the end because my feet have stopped growing since a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, if you can see that, that's so flexible already. What a fantastic fitting shoe. Well done, Adidas. And that heel counter that I mentioned earlier is super nice. It feels really locked in when you jump off and you kind of flex up like that, like if you're gonna push off. They feel really nice. So Adidas, well done on the fit of these. I mean, again, this is my first impression. This is totally raw for you guys. It's kind of unedited basically. So fantastic fitting shoe. I'm like super impressed. It's even better than the generation before, and it feels like lateral stability feels great. Oh, what a cool shoe. Okay, really excited to take these out in the field. I will catch up with you guys in just a little bit when I go out there and test some more footwork type drills and juggling and a little bit of shooting if I can get a net somewhere. All right, guys, so we are out here for the on-feet portion of the X Ghosted .1s. Really excited to actually try these on the field. So hopefully give you guys a good idea of what they feel like, especially when moving around and playing in them. So again, a little bit more difficult to get on just because how rigid that insert is. Right on the cusp of when you get in there, but once you're in the boots, man, again, really impressed with how these fit and feel. They've got decent width to them and great room in the toe box for moving around. Again, I'm trying the all ground. This is the all ground variant, so not on this grass, especially here in Australia. It's pretty dry, so I don't think it'd be that big of a deal if I were to use these for an entire season, save for like really wet conditions. I think it'd be just fine actually. So get these on feet. Oops, gotta tie them up a little bit more. There we go. Apologies for that wind. Hopefully it doesn't come through too bad. All right, so here we go. The boots on feet. They are really springy and fun. Wow, I'm really impressed with these. They're definitely a different feel from the Vapors that I did in my last review, because instead of knit, these are more of a plasticky, like synthetic sensation, kind of like the old F50s were, which is not a bad thing at all. I think these are great. They're just a different feel. As far as traction goes, I wouldn't be at all angry wearing these all ground on the grass. I think they're perfectly fine. Because of how plasticky it does feel, there's definitely a sense of a little bit of stickiness, but it's like a matte stickiness. So it doesn't feel too sticky, but it's really nice on the ball. I'm really enjoying that feel, and it really does feel kind of like a barefoot sensation on your foot. I suppose you can kind of juggle in anything at some level, but again, like these fit really, really well, I think, and I'm impressed. I haven't really worn Adidas shoes that much before, so very, very impressed with these. Yeah, I could wear these in a game, no problem. Almost more so than those Vapors, which is an interesting point if you're thinking about, or if I'm thinking about what I want to wear. For you, it might be different, obviously, but I think it is. Yeah, those are super nice, and obviously super close touch on the ball. And keep in mind, like, I'm wearing these without breaking them in at all. I mean, this is like, I'm wearing these with no break-in time, just jumping in them. And for somebody who has wide feet like I do and can jump in a pair of shoes and feel totally comfortable, like, oh, I could go out and play a game in these, that's a big deal for me. And that's like, yeah, I feel inspired by these shoes, which is something I don't say about boots that often. These are a very, very nice pair of football boots, and I imagine they would be super nice to play with in a game. And those that heel counter that I was talking about earlier, the two pads that sit kind of on the heel in the back of the boot are really great, and I can feel them kind of making sure that my Achilles is staying and my heel is staying locked into that boot. So there's a little bit of pressure on the back, I'm not gonna lie, a tiny bit, but I imagine that that's just either my sock is bunched up or it's a new boot thing, which happens. I mean, some people get blisters. I actually, knock on wood, tend to not get blisters at all, but I definitely feel like these would be just fine. And honestly, I think these are the 9.5. I think I went a half size up on these because the length, the centimeter, was, the Adidas sizes their things differently than Nike's, especially the Vapors. So these are actually a 9.5 as well as the Vapors. So gives me a little extra room on the width. And yeah, I mean, I am super impressed with how these fit and feel. I mean, I don't usually say that about boots like right away, but these are super nice. So definitely, if you want a pair of boots that's nice, soft, right out of the box, and that gives you a good kind of barefoot sensation and has got great traction, I assume even the firm ground would be even more traction. It's going to be even more aggressive. So if you're looking for something like that, these are definitely a good pair of boots to check out. I'm really impressed with these. Yeah, even just running, I can tell. Ooh, sorry, it's so windy. Even running around, I can tell that these are going to be super nice, especially like in game, passing the ball like easy. And there's no pressure points so far outside of that ankle thing that I told you guys about just a half second ago. So that is it. And again, I'm hoping you guys enjoy this kind of real-time talk about how they feel. I realize it's kind of, I'm going to turn sideways because the wind's coming from that direction. So that is it for the kind of field test. I know that's pretty short, but again, I want to make sure that I'm picking these boots for what I want them, and that's a really good feeling right out of the box. So I just want to get a really raw sensation, have that feeling in my feet and in my head, and be like, okay, which ones do I want to pick? So if you like the X Ghosted, let me know down below. If you've worn them before, that's fantastic. Would love to hear your thoughts. I'm really impressed with how these boots fit and feel on feet. So there's a very good chance that these might be one, if not my second pair for preseason and off-season series that's coming soon to the channel. So if you guys enjoyed that video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel if you want more boot reviews like this, plus day in the life videos of a professional soccer player down in Australia, as I'm hopefully providing you guys every single week. And outside of that, guys, be awesome, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.